By the way, the best way to sit is not how we were told to sit for 200 years. We were all told to sit so that your thighs are parallel to the floor.
Okay.
That's hogwash.
Okay, so Steve is here, and he runs this company that makes amazing chairs, so he's gonna help me put together the chair for my height of desk, and then explain everything I need to know about it. I'm excited.
Duty, a 60mm caster with rubber on the outside of the wheel so they roll smoothly on any kind of surface. The cylinder itself just drops in, and then the seat just sits on top. I milled this base on an angle, so as you set in it, it press fits together, so it won't come apart once you put it together. I had already put the arms on. Adjust the height with the first front lever.
Okay.
You adjust the seat tilt from a recline to an upright with the back lever. The lever on the left-hand side is the backrest in or out. Adjust that backrest so that it's pressing in right where your belt is, because that's your lumbar area.
Yeah.
Most men wear their belt at L4, between L3 and L4, usually L4. And that's what we need to support. The armrests have adjustments in or out, so if you want to use them high, turn them in. You can work on a keyboard or flatten them back out if you want to work wide hands.
It's science.
So the whole science of the seat is that when you lean forward in my chair, you do it differently than if you lean forward in a regular chair. If you lean forward in a regular chair, the only way you can move your hands forward is to bend at the lower back in a regular chair.
Sure.
It's because the seat doesn't move. On my chair, you don't have to bend the lower back at all. The whole seat pivots. So you just drop your knees.
Oh, wow.
So the seat moves with you. And so I'm leaning forward. My hands are in a forward working position, but I haven't bent my back. My back is still straight. One other thing that I've designed into my chair besides the dynamic seat is a dynamic backrest. So if you want to, you can push this lever all the way down until it locks into place. Now, not only the seat moves with you, but the backrest moves with you. And that backrest will roll up and down your lower back, massaging the tissues of your lower back to rehydrate the core muscles and to rehydrate the intervertebral discs, which allow them to plump up and put more space between your vertebrae, so you have more room for the nerves to radiate out from your spinal cord. You're going to pinch less nerves in my chair. And of course, you're not going to create pressure points like you do in any other type of traditional chair.
Okay, and so that's with the left side down that activates that mode?
Yes, the left side down, the backrest in or out adjustment.
Oh, okay.
When you press that all the way down, it will move with you. If you just pick up, it'll move until you release it, then it will lock into place.
Got it.
We know now, because of medical imaging technology, that position where your knees are up this high rolls your pelvis under, takes the lumbar curve out of your lower back, throws your shoulders forward, and unbalances your head.
Okay.
So by keeping your knees lower than your waist, more in this position, it rolls your pelvis forward, puts the natural curve, lumbar curve back in your back, and takes 6 to 8 times pressure off your lower intervertebral discs than setting the old-fashioned way. So the higher you work with your knees down low, the better it is for your lower back and for your neck and shoulder muscles, because your head is above your pelvis now and it's well balanced. The worst you can do is to have your knees higher, because that actually it pulls your tailbone under.
Yeah.
And by pulling your tailbone under, it takes the lumbar curve out of your back. And you have two curves in your back. You have a lumbar curve going one way. You have a thoracic curve going the other way.
Yeah.
If you take the lumbar curve out of your back, it turns your back into a C shape. And the problem with that is it unbalances your head. Your head is nothing more than like a bowling ball on a mailing tube. As long as it's straight up, it's well balanced. But the minute that gets off center, the weight of your head, which is heavy, pulls down on your neck and it pulls down on your shoulders. So people that have shoulder pain and neck pain, a lot of times they believe that it is that the problem is they don't have proper armrests. That's not true.
Right.
it's 90% of the time the problem with neck pain and upper shoulder pain is not related to the arms. It's related to the positioning of the pelvis and lower back, the lumbar part of the spine. And the nice thing about our chairs, we make them in Colorado. What my patents cover is not only the pivot, but what it covers is that you can pivot this far forward and you don't slide out of the chair.
Yeah.
My feet are off the ground right now, but I'm not sliding out of the chair. You can't do that with any other chair in the world. That's what my patents cover. That technology in the seat that keeps you in the seat even though you're leaning forward. Well, I love your kit here.
Thank you. Yeah, I got it from an old drum collector in New Jersey.
Really?
He was the original purchaser.
Really?
That's cool. Oh my goodness. What a difference.
Oh, yeah. Well, you might want to bring the arms up.
Yeah.
Right here, there's a little lever here.
Okay.
And it's got 2 or 3 different height adjustments. And you can move them in and out. And you can move that backrest in and out.
So I can feel right off, without even adjusting anything,
you can feel
that when I lean back, what's happening in, obviously it's extremely comfortable, but even better, my shoulders naturally are expanding back, which helps me breathe, get air to the brain, and
that's right,
be able to think a little clearer.
That's the other thing. When your knees are up high, it closes the diaphragm. The further your knees go down, the more it opens the diaphragm. That's why.
Oh my goodness.
You know. So
what a difference.
Well, that's cool. Yeah, I can already tell.
You know what's interesting is I don't feel the need to put the seat up as high.
Yeah.
Like with the other one, I always felt the need to put the seat up higher.
Yeah.
And with this one, this feel just like sits right. I mean, it's perfect level too. Wow.
Well, it looks good for you. I mean, the adjustments, the height, if we need to take it up even higher, we can. With probably another, right there, with another cylinder. Oh no, it'll go up a little bit more. Yeah, and
that's nice.
And well, that's cool. Well, I like your environment here.
Thank
a lot. You've got just a little bit of everything.
Okay, so Steve just left. Now I'm gonna make some adjustments to how I think I'll use this chair all the time. There's, right off the bat, I can tell it's incredibly comfortable. I really like how the lumbar, when you move forward, still supports the back. I think I will bring this up a bit higher so I can have my feet hang down a bit more, because this, I can tell what he was saying, when you lean forward, it feels a lot easier, a lot less pressure on the back when you sit like this. And you can see my legs are at a pretty downward angle. Oh, and this is even better. Okay, so this is the tilt action of the chair, right? So I push this down, I can tilt the chair like this. Oh, this is nice. Wow. Okay, so it has now been, gosh, what's it been? I don't even know, a month? I've had this chair for a month now. It's made my day-to-day energy level, ability to work longer hours and think clearly, it's improved a lot. Turns out when you do something like sitting down for, I don't know, 8 hours a day, sometimes more, sometimes less, the way you're sitting, your posture, affects literally everything. It affects how you're working, how you feel about your work, how much effort you want to put into it. To me, it's a creative thing, and being able to get oxygen to the brain, feel better when I'm sitting down, is crucially important. Also, I will say the chair I'm switching from is not even like a chair you should be sitting like in for work. I was using a drum throne, which is a pretty good drum throne, honestly, but it's not meant for sitting at a studio desk. And people have pointed this out before in some of my other videos, because I just didn't understand sitting, which sounds really funny to say. I would essentially do what I call the Larry King lean, where I'd like cock my back sideways and I would lean on my pelvis sideways like this and create this strange, very bad curve in my back, which I actually went and got x-rays and has messed my spine up a lot. Essentially what would happen is I would sit like this on the drum throne while I'm working, and it would cause, you know, whatever to happen, which would make me really stiff. And then when I would stand up, I would have this whole like, and I would have to do a big stretch sort of thing. That should have been a sign to like something's wrong here. So with this chair, I would say the biggest thing I've noticed is when I'm sitting here at the desk, I'm sitting like I'm standing. So when I stand up, the only difference is my legs are up. So when I'm sitting and I'm working and I stand up, there's no effort or like relief or anything. It's just, I'm just standing up and I feel great. I'm assuming if you're watching this and you've made it this far, you are probably going through something similar, trying to figure it out. I've watched a lot of different chair review videos because it's weird trying to justify an expense for a chair because you don't think about how important it is. But it is very important if you have to sit down all day, every day. That's a huge portion of your life. Based off the home studio tours I've done, I've seen this chair in a few studios. The guys from Access Audio had one of these. It was the first time I tried it, and it was immediately, I sat down and I was like, what is this chair? This is amazing. And then Michael Whitaker, who I just did a studio tour with recently, you can go check that out. He also had one and said what a huge difference it made for him. And the guys from Access Audio introduced us, and he wanted to bring me a chair. And I will say thank you, Steve, so much. So generous. The kind of business owner who hand delivers a chair to somebody, spends the time to set it up and explain everything. That is just really rare. Yeah, if you guys have any interest in this chair or crown seating, I think you can go to crownseating.com or ergolab.com. What's really cool about it is he makes the chairs personalized for your body type. So when you go to pick a chair out, you're gonna enter how tall you are, how much you weigh, and the chair will be designed for you because, you know, if somebody who's 7 foot tall sits in this chair, it's gonna be a very different experience than me, or somebody shorter than me, or heavier or lighter than me. So he makes the chairs for the body type that you have, and it just, like, everything about it. My butt feels better when I sit on it, my back feels better, I feel better, just I can think more clearly. That's the, you know, if you have a problem thinking clearly, this is you can pick up one of these chairs at ergolab.com. I'll put the links in the description, crownseating.com. Thank you guys for watching. If you have any questions, let me know down in the comments. Hit the like button if you guys like this video. On this channel, I do a lot of recording and music production videos, home studio tours, and stuff like that. So if you guys are interested, hit the subscribe button. And that's it. Thank you guys for watching. Thank you, Steve, ERGOLAB. I'll see you in the next video.